Hey babe, as you can see, my transition lenses are just turning back to, um, yeah, I just came in from outside, getting myself some fresh air and sunshine, and meditating. Colon Chronicles 2023 is in full effect. Part of that is observing intermittent fasting. So for me, intermittent fasting would be not to eat anything cooked. That's so I can have like fruit and nuts if I want to between when I get up and noon. So that is what my goal is to be observing. Honestly, I have been having some challenges, and part of the ways that I've been addressing those challenges is through like making things, making some juice. So in this cup right here, I have some ginger lime juice, and I make it really strong, and then I just pour a little bit in here, then pour hot water over that, let it sit. That's my tea. I can flavor that with sweeteners if I choose to. I personally tend not to because I I make candy and I eat candy, so I get enough of sweet from trying the things that I make, and my mouth is watering right now because I love to make candy, but I have to have some place for it to go. I'm like, I want to share the candy with someone if I make it, because otherwise I'll just eat it all myself. And whereas I will enjoy it because it is good, I would like to share that enjoyment with other people. So that's the goal of that or what have you. I feel really good right now. I did have a little piece of chocolate earlier, so that might be kicking in now. But I have gotten some fresh air. I've done some meditations. I've done some loving movement with my body. So I've got all kinds of reasons to feel good right now beyond this the choice of feeling good, because I'm my focus for 2023 is being in alignment, and that is taking care of the little things, and that definitely means taking care of myself, my physical, mental, my spiritual health. And I have kind of let all of them slide and kind of caught myself just existing, and I didn't like it. So I was like, okay, you know what? We're gonna do some better things about that. January is the my birthday month, so I looking forward to doing some things there, and that doesn't necessarily begin the new year for me as an individual till after that. That's my starting point. But I'm doing my best. I'm learning more about being like in line with nature and the sun cycles and the cycles of life and whatnot. So I am choosing to observe that in this winter time and use it as a way of just honing the crafts that I currently have, doing some adventuring as I'm led, trusting my intuition, which has been really hard because, like, yeah, I feel like I have, but it's just my ego and my intuition kind of go at it sometimes, and it's just like, and I've kind of have this default, like, as long as it's good for the other person, then I'm I'm a blessing to them. So I'll look back with that perspective, and I'm being more intentional about my communication with people that I deal with and what I want, what I don't want, setting boundaries. As a uh, recovering people pleaser, like, yeah, it is difficult for me to say no, and I have to remind myself, and I tell my clients often, every no is an opportunity for a better yes. Because trust me, whoever you're asking for whatever from, if they can't give it to you or don't give it to you, you can get it someplace else. Or you just have to wait to get it from them if that's what you choose. But that's the thing to remember. Like, you're giving them the gift of understanding how valuable you are and worth appreciating, and the challenge of finding whatever it is they were asking for from you with from someplace else, ideally from themselves if necessary. Like, yeah, it all begins like inside. If you're dealing with a situation or a circumstance and you want to point fingers at someone else, you have to look inside yourself. I was talking to one of my friends who reminded me about that, when you point your finger at someone, you see that there's three more fingers pointing right back at me. So when I point at somebody, you offended me, I'm looking at myself, I'm like, okay, how am I offending myself? Case in point. So this year, I decided I was going to go to church because I like to. I was inspired to go. I can give you many reasons to go, But I was inspired to go. I woke up feeling good and like, so I went. And I was thinking like that. It has to be Source, God, the Most High. Because I tend to not go to church unless I am invited or guided. Church will come across my awareness so consistently. And then when I'm open to see, like, and often that my presence there is just what's necessary, because what I'm hearing there is what I hear elsewhere from within myself in my meditations, my examining of my heart, my things that's just probably just an ability to confirm or what have you. Now, as I one that dresses very eclectically, one of the ways that I express my creativity is through my clothes, and it's more of a style kind of like a drunken toddler or disgruntled eccentric. I'm very articulate and I carry myself with a matter of grace and reserve, but I don't mind getting. I'm learning. I've learned to get loud if I want to, and enjoy myself in the ways that I want to, and that includes at church. And so I dance and I shout and I scream and I enjoy just not feeling seen, but being seen at the same time. Like I know that I'm seen. I can just go there and sit, and people would like. Okay, but now that I've started dancing and whatnot, they know what it looks like when I feel good, when I feel better. So we're just gonna enjoy that. It's exercise. I get to see children and dote on their parents a little bit, like loving on them. And my like as a teacher, educator, spiritualist, or whatever, my spiritual title is Coley, the MomInShaMan. Now that is a joke that my daughter made when I told her that I was studying spirituality at one point, and she said, "You're a MomInShaMan," and I was like, "Oh, I like that." So I started writing it on all kinds of stuff, not really knowing what the heck it was, what it meant, and I came to understand like what it means to me, like who I am, my individuality, my meanness. But my mannishness without a penis. So it's just like, yeah, my woman and man, divine masculine, divine feminine, divine creation, heart, source, connected, led by a desire to just love and be loved. As I learn to love myself more and opening up the door to my heart and airing out negative emotions so I can examine why I feel the way I do. If that feeling's serving me shit, I'm like, okay, I don't need to deal with it right now. I give it to the Most High. Forgive myself for the perspective that made me look down on someone when I look up. And I realize, like, what the fuck? Everyone's doing the best they can. So as I'm introducing myself to people in this church and whatnot, and they're just wonderful. They're so nice and like so loving, and it's really sweet. So I went to a Bible study or whatever lecture, because this church has it wasn't necessarily, it didn't seem like Bible study to me, and I don't know why. Hang on. Excuse me. But I don't know. I kind of thought that it would be a chance to kind of get to know him a little bit better as an individual. That's the pastor. I was like, I don't know what to call them, so pastor. So it's like, okay, pastor. My name is Nicole. You can call me Nicole, Coley, or what have you. I'm a spiritual healer, spiritualist. Title is the MomInShaMan or what have you. Oh, what's that? And when they don't ask any more questions because it's a made-up word, I know they're right there in judgment. That's not me. They don't know what it is. But the power with which and confidence with which I share that information is scary, because that means I know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about myself. So, he gets up in the pulpit and on the stage or what have you, and he says, shamanism can't help you. And that triggered me. And because I felt like it was a personal attack on me, but it wasn't. It was his acknowledging his lack of understanding about the benefits of shamanism. And shamanism did not help me. Like, personal examination, looking inside myself, doing the healing work of understanding my role in my life and other people's roles in it. And like, shamanism was what I found when I got there. So other people find different things when they look into their heart, and that's fine. And that is the beauty and the wonderfulness of diversity. So, yeah, and so I went home with that. I was like, okay, all right. What triggered me? What was that? And that's I came to that understanding about myself. So I am so grateful. Like, wow. By not wanting to argue with someone and understanding myself well enough and truth well enough, I can forgive myself for a judgment that I believe someone else made of me that I don't even know. So, like, yeah, I really appreciate the fact that, I have this new opportunity for self-discovery as I continue to discover myself and learn about the things that I enjoy and helping other people do the things that they enjoy. Now, as a professional coupler, I don't have a problem getting close to someone physically and just being with them non-sexually. Now, yes, there are people that would absolutely love to be as close to me as that and be sexually engaged or what have you. But as a cuddler, it's just the intimacy and closeness that is desired or exchanged, and that's enough for me, and that's enough for other people. It's a growing industry. I believe that and curated events, curated experiences are going to be like, yeah, really. That's an interesting hospitality aspect of the hospitality industry. That so like yeah. But so whenever I manage to go back there, then I will see or what have you. But right now, finishing off my tea. Gotta fill up my water bottle again. So, what am I doing with the time between when I wake up and when I eat? I'm doing this. I'm doing the things to honor myself. I am participating in my spiritual practices. I have been messing around with the phone a little bit, but just for the most part, just listening to things to encourage me. I'm so grateful to acknowledge I made my bed. I didn't even start. I was like, I am going to do this today, and I'm going to make my bed before I do it. So some of these videos I'm going to be posting are from back in 2016, and I'm also making new videos now in 2023 as we kind of get back on the self-improvement, self-development path to wholeness and oneness with myself and using the various gifts that I have. I'm absolutely loving doing readings and getting to know people and encouraging them. So if this message has been of an encouragement to you, I'm going to put the link to connect with me in the various ways to support via Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, and Zelle. So like all of the ways that you can support are greatly appreciated. If it is $1, if it's $2, whatever you can give is gratefully received. And I want to take a moment right now to thank every single person who's gotten this far in the video. Thank you so much for all of your encouragement, all of the laughs that you share with me, all of the ways that you show up for me in my life to allow me to be an encouragement to you. And as I continue to encourage others and encourage myself, we're going to be learning about some things that I know about, and then we'll learn about some things that I don't know about. And I think it'll be fun. So I'm gonna be doing my hair again soon. So maybe videotape that if I figure out how to get the lighting right. Be like, yeah. So what I've made to drink, I have the tea and the water. I have a couple of different flavored teas. I got some English tea as kind of a re-gift for Christmas from my cohabitant, my roommate landlord person. And I also made some beet juice. I make kombucha, so we'll talk a little bit about kombucha. I've got some extra scobies, and I'm gonna be figuring out what to do with those and talking about those experiments. So there's a lot of things to do and learn as we go from this version to the next version, and we grow and expand from there. So thank you for joining me. Again, my name is Nicole. My friends call me Coley. I'm the MomInShaMan, and I love you. All the sexy bits and crazy bits, the shits and farts that start your day. Don't forget to pray and play. Well, dang.